with Eat Real America. So I wanted to show you today a veggie that is kind of unique and different, and it shows up later in the summer because it likes cooler temperatures. It's called Bok Choy. And we have had people come to us that they have gotten this strange and interesting vegetable in their CSA box, or they see it at the farmer's market, and we say, well, that's Bok Choy. And they're like, Bok what? What do you do with that? And so bok choy is part of the cabbage family, which also means it's a cruciferous vegetable, which means it's one of the cancer-fighting vegetables. So it's definitely one that you should check out, and it's really, really good. The reason it's so interesting is the top of it is kind of like romaine, where the bottom of it is more like celery. You can eat it raw, you can put it in stir fries, you can saute it, you can grill it, you can put it in the oven. So what I wanted to show you today is cashew chicken bok choy. So this is a recipe that we have been told that is better than takeout. It's that good. So with bok choy, so when you go to rinse it off, you kind of want to separate the layers just to make sure that you rinse and get all the dirt out. And then we're just going to cut the very end off. Now you might also see, this is a pretty large head of bok choy, but you might also see a smaller one that's called baby bok choy. Those are just a little bit more tender, but you cook them and eat them the same. So we are just going to cut it like this and just kind of shred it. So we're gonna have the stems, the leaves, the whole thing. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna serve this stir fry over rice. And so once our bok choy is kind of cut and ready, we're gonna start our skillet over here with a tablespoon of oil. Now what we've already done is we've actually already cooked 1 cup of rice, uncooked, and I cooked it in the rice maker. But this is actually black rice instead of brown rice. We just love the texture and the chewiness of black rice, loaded with antioxidants. But so use whatever whole grain brown rice that you like. And so what I have done with the chicken is, so I took 2 chicken breasts and I just chopped them up, and I tossed them with a couple tablespoons of cornstarch. You could also use arrowroot. So that's just kind of add a thickener or a breading to your chicken. And so toss that up, and I put that in the wok first with a tablespoon of oil. And just cooked it until it was cooked through and browned. And then you're gonna get kind of brown bits on the bottom of your wok. And so just kind of deglaze those with a little chicken broth if you want to, and scrape out as much as you can. And then pull your chicken out and let it sit on the side. And then what I'm gonna do, so my oil is heating up, and we're going to add some fresh garlic. So I've got about 6 cloves of garlic, and you'll see I also have chicken bits still in here, but everything, cooking the veggies and the sauce and everything that we're gonna add is gonna deglaze that even more. So what I have got, once I get the garlic in there, we're just gonna let the garlic cook for about 30 to 60 seconds, because you just want it to just start to brown. Now right here I have got 5 green onions sliced. This is 4 ounces of mushrooms, and then this is about a cup of carrots. And so we are going to add that in the skillet and let those saute while we make the sauce. And this comes together really quick, so you want to have all your veggies prepped before you start. So our garlic is starting to brown, so we're going to toss all the veggies in. And it's only going to take maybe 3 or 5 minutes, or really personal preference on how tender you want your veggies. So while they do their thing, pretty and colorful. All right, so we're going to let that cook. Now for the sauce, what I did, so this is a cup of broth. So pick your favorite, chicken broth, vegetable broth, preferably low sodium. And then I just put a tablespoon of cornstarch in there and whisk it together, because you want it to actually thicken up as it cooks. And so the cornstarch or arrowroot will also help with that. So this is 2 tablespoons of honey. We're just, once we get everything whisked together, we're just gonna mix up the sauce in here. This is just natural ketchup. So make sure to read the ingredient label on your ketchup and try to find a version as clean as possible. This is soy sauce. And then this is rice wine vinegar. And then there's just a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. We like the toasted one better than the regular sesame oil. We feel like it has better flavor. So now that those veggies have been in there for just a little bit longer than the bok choy, we're going to go ahead and add the bok choy. And then we're going to toss it again. And so what's going to happen is the stems of or I guess the lower part, the celery-like part of the bok choy is going to get a little tender, and then your leaves are going to start to wilt. And so once this is kind of all starting to heat through, we're going to stir our sauce and add it back in. So remember, this is going to help deglaze those chicken brown bits on the bottom. And we're going to throw the chicken back in. And then you're going to have this awesome mixture of flavors. And you're going to have some crunch because of the celery-like part of the bok choy. And it's going to be loaded with nutrients, but most of all, it's going to taste fantastic. So once this is all, yep, our brown bits are, now we're going to remove this from the heat. And then, so we're going to serve this up with our black rice. And then some cashew chicken bok choy. And I know you're wondering, where are the cashews? Those are going to go on top, making a mess. And so you're going to serve this with some toasted or roasted cashews on top. And voila, dinner. It comes together so fast and it's so amazingly good. The cashew chicken bok choy is in the Eat Real cookbook. It's also on eatrealamerica.com. But I would love for you to check it out and pick up some bok choy at the farmer's market along with carrots and green onions and get as many fresh in-season ingredients as possible. And then let us know what you think. See if you agree it's better than takeout and you can kick your takeout to the curb. So keep it simple and eat real.